dürfen da gerne reingehen.
Hello, can you hear me? I will just wait a little bit till a little bit more people are here, then we will take a walk. Great. Just be a little bit with my ugly face, but later I will show you a lot of equipment. Kind of. 100 people. Hello. I hope you're all well. So we will start out at the Rheinmetall booth because there's a lot of stuff here. Also the new Panther tank they have recently showcased. What's recently, like a year ago. It's here live, so we'll take a look at it. Fuchs model, Fuchs. I always try to pronounce German words in English, it's a little bit strange. Okay, I think we will start right away. I will show you around. I'm here at the Eurosatory. That's the biggest defense exhibition in Europe, some say even in the world. Every major European defense company is here, together with the big US players, and they're also from other countries as well. Hello back to the UK. So, yes, I will show you the tech now. Let's take a look at it. So these are the new Fuchs model. Fuchs, I do it again. Sorry guys. That's the new Fuchs model, Fuchs model. It's basically an upgraded variant of the old Fuchs. I kinda like this APC. Here you can see that it's got a higher caliber gun. Better than the old MG3. I just have to take care that I don't film any faces because like it's Europe and data protection is very important here. Here we have a breacher vehicle. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. I drove all the way down here just to show you some military equipment. Okay, that's the famous Kyler. Well, I personally think that the future of such breaching vehicles is remote controlled, even if it's a little bit problematic at the moment. But I think if the problems can be solved, then breaching will be done fully autonomous in the future. Just the Kherson offensive showed it, the Zaporizhzhia offensive showed it, that basically it's too dangerous in this new environment with all the drones. Let's take a look at some tanks. I said I must take care to not film faces because this is Europe and they're very serious about data protection.
I have 7 minutes actually.
That's a Lynx medium battle tank version. There's also an IFV. I think it will go to Ukraine, so Ukraine will produce some of them in the near future. I think that's this one, the Lynx IFV. As far as I know, they opened up a plant in Ukraine and will start producing them there. Let's see how this will work out. Here, this is the Rheinmetall Panther tank. you might remember, I did a video about it some time ago. About 200,000 people saw it, so you can check it out on my channel. Well, some want to be, I guess. Not all, but some of them.
Because there's a lot of interest
And here, this is also pretty interesting. This Sky Ranger. So this is actually one of the best way to deal with drones, next to direct energy weapons and jamming, which is obviously much cheaper. But these things can burn through ammo pretty fast, but still better than an expensive missile, and especially for smaller drones, like it doesn't make sense much to send a missile to them. So this is basically one of the best way to deal with them, I would say. Besides jamming, of course. Again, like jamming is the best way, I think, direct energy weapons, because it's simply pretty much cheap. Yeah, you know, you have to produce ammo, you have to sell ammo, you have to burn through ammo. But still the best, better than nothing. There's also an upgraded Leopard 2 variant here with KNDS. We will go there as well. I hope that you can understand me clearly, because usually I pre-record, and then I cut together my voices. And here I'm freestyling everything, so, and I'm not a native speaker, so still thank you. This is also interesting, just wait. This is basically, I think it's a new GMRS. Yes, Global Mobile Artillery Rocket System. It was also recently announced, just a few days ago. I read about it. Here we can see the missile it fires, the rockets. It has a much higher profile than the HIMARS. So that's also a thing. A lot of vehicles I saw here have a very high profile, unlike old tech like the Abrams or other vehicles. So there are even APCs that have the profile of a truck. So that's interesting to see, especially in the new environment with all the advanced ISR capabilities. So perhaps it's because even of that, so that people say, hey, we don't give a damn anymore, and we make it as big as it has to be. But I think so. This is basically a replacement for the HIMARS. It can be seen as this. No, you can't buy it. No, it's no Russian spy plane. It's basically the. I'm in Paris, in France, and it's the airport Charles de Gaulle. And so sometimes, from time to time, we will hear planes flying over our heads. So I will take a walk now. Wait, I will show you my beautiful ugly face, because that I don't film any faces while I'm on the walk. Don't want to have any problems here in Europe. They sue me to death. Well, the most innovative vehicle, there are plenty of, I would say. I have to say that here there's a lot of heavy equipment, and of course with advanced tech, but the core principles are all the same, like tanks, IFVs. They recently started to introduce tanks with remote turrets. I will show you one now. I'm on the way there. Here we can see trucks. I'm sorry. Here, that's the, some would say problem child, but I quite like this vehicle because it has high caliber, and I think 30 mil, 25 mil, 30 mil are the way to go. I would even go higher, I would say. If we see the environment in Ukraine, like a 50 cal, in my opinion, it can do a job, but like I would rather have a 30 mil. Of course, in urban settings, it's a different story because if you're basically fighting in your own towns, then you don't want to rip everything with 30 millimeter parts. So there are 50 cal is a little bit better, but like in the open fields and stuff with all the trenches and west areas, like higher caliber is better, I think. Here's the KNDS booth. I think the turret here is remote controlled, as far as I understood. Seems so. Looks like this. Looks pretty futuristic. So this is like the one of the newest tanks right now displayed here. Well, best anti-drone equipment, like there's a lot. There are jammers, but I personally favor like the Sky Ranger because basically it's next to jammers, which are expensive and often don't work. It's like the cheapest method if you consider missiles. Here's a Leopard 2A8, I think. I will check it right now, but I think it's a 2A8. And here we have even a Leopard with a remote control turret. It's like a new thing, so no more loader. Sorry guys, I'm not used to going live, so I hope you still enjoy it and it's interesting for you to see. This little machine gun up there is also can come in handy against drones. It depends on the targeting system. Like because in Ukraine we see a lot of T-series tanks also have a machine gun, even remote controlled, but I never saw really one take it on drones. So perhaps with this one it would be better, but I don't know. Here's the new 2A8 variant. I will take a look to be sure. Okay, I'm not allowed to film you. She said I'm just allowed to take the show or go inside. I said that's Europe, they're a little bit backwards. It's a shame as a European to see that they are so backwards. But that's why they're 10 years late with everything. Like, I started my channel 10 years ago, and right now they acknowledge that there is like a war in the information domain, and this war is basically going on since 2012. Like the war started with the war in Syria, and this, it's a little bit shameful. So, but we will go inside. Yeah, I must film a little bit. I must do it a little bit more secretive because French guys. Yeah, I was talking about the machine gun. Well, I'm in their country, so I should listen to them. Before I checked with Rheinmetall, so Rheinmetall was okay with me filming. But that's the thing, that's what I say with backwards. Because they're afraid that there are new tanks and stuff, but they don't know. The thing is, they're afraid that people take videos from all sides and then they model them and then they release 3D models of it. And then they say you just can take pictures, but what they don't know is that basically through AI, now you can make a 3D model with just a picture, you know? So that's the problem. They're backwards, what I said. It's a bit shameful for me, and because it's pretty full here, and I'm really afraid of filming any like anti-composite type. When we go to another booth, we will look. First, we'll take a look at BAE Systems. let's have a look at BAE Systems, because I like to, because I'm in Europe right now, I like to showcase the European defense industry. Like when I was in Abu Dhabi at IDEX, I like to show the local defense industry, so the same goes here. But I'm not paid by Eurosatory or something, I'm on my own here. That's you saw, like they didn't want me to film. It's okay if they don't want to. Yeah, we go in this hall and check. There are countries there. There is no bar. There are some bars, but it's more for like members of the defense industry that get stuff for free and so. There are like food trucks here, but nothing special. Putin's enjoying it. Nothing in. I don't know if he's enjoying it. Like the North Koreans helping him, the Russians get some artillery ammunition from them, because basically North Korea is also an artillery army. Like they have so much artillery guns pointed at soil, it's unbelievable. But the more they send Russia, the less they have to like threaten South Korea. It's also in some ways a good thing, but it's bad for Ukraine, of course, obviously. Yeah. Wait, let's take a look. We might find some. The interesting thing is that while there's a lot of heavy equipment, there are only very little drones in terms of large and mid-sized drones. There are some small ones, but like the majority really is heavy equipment outside and European native stuff. Wait, I will try to take a look. I think I will make a video, because they didn't allow me to film, I will make a video about this. Not too much blame on them, but a little bit I must give them one, because as a European I'm afraid, because they're so backwards, it pisses me off. Like, so I have to speak one or two sentences and use my right to free speech. Because it really pissed me off, because I'm 10 years in this and they were sleeping all the time. So, instead of just listening. But it is like it is. Yeah, I did. I asked Rheinmetall. No, not all. I said, not all will accept. There, I said, some are very backwards. They're just learning the internet thing. I use BAE Systems. But I will follow your advice and will ask someone from BAE Systems right now if I can film, so that it's not that embarrassing like with KDNS. Excuse me, sir, are you from BAE Systems? I'm currently live streaming for Warleaks military blog. Can I film your product? Can I live stream? Thank you very much, sir. Sure. So BAE Systems allowed me to show some of their products. Here, this is what you see. This is also not that a high profile, but a higher profile. If you look in regards to this, like if someone of you ever saw Bradley live, you see the Bradley is like about this size. No, I can't drive it here. This is CV90. This is also in Ukraine, but we haven't seen much of it. But I basically think that's basically because the numbers are low and they're a little bit afraid of losing it, because it's a newer kind of vehicle. Like the Marders and the Bradleys are basically old tech, but this one is quite new and different to this. Is this the same turret that the Striker Dragoon has? I'm not sure. It a little bit looks like it, but I could be wrong. No, it's 30mm. I think the Dragoon has the 40mm, but I'm not sure. I think they definitely plan to introduce especially jamming kits and directed energy weapons. onto them. Like this has a pretty high profile. Like it's so big, man. If you would see it live, it's like basically, I think, was it this one? No, but some are as big as in truck. This is the ACV. How couldn't I see this? It's a new, basically the new amphibious vehicle of the US Marine Corps. And here again we have like similar like the Lynx, like it's anti-air. There's not much more. Oh wait, there are some more there. Wait. Ah, this is a drone, like... Wait, I'll show it to you. One of the very few drones we see here. The thing is, I think even France, on this conference, the French defense minister, if I remember right, he even acknowledged that Europe has a little problem, especially France has a little problem with drone warfare, so they're lacking behind a little bit. But they will definitely put a lot of effort into it. So they have to, otherwise it would be just stupid. So we will see. Also another breaching kit for the Piranha. I think next time, if I should come here again, I will check with Eurosatory to get the permission from them to film here. Even if this also could be complicated, because it's a little bit annoying to ask every time, but the rules are the rules. But as said, some just don't care, some you have to ask, and some are afraid of what they think. Then you will send it to China and they will remodel it. As said, even a picture is enough to make a 3D render. Here we have the Pandur. I think this vehicle is also an Armor 3. They have a Pandur variant. Russia is banned from this exhibition. Same goes to Israel. Let's hope for peace. Here's one of the few stands, booths, that is not local. It's Edge Group. You might know it because when I go to IDEX, I often show their products because they're basically one of the biggest local defense conglomerate there. They have a lot of drones, but they didn't broke them here, so these are just little scale models because I also saw them real and they're way bigger. Here we can see the drone drop munitions. So I think they fill a gap here right now because they set many heavy equipment, but very few drones. This is Genia. I did a video about it. I will soon release it if I haven't already. I must check, but I think I haven't released it. But this one, in my latest video, this Swiss-made cargo drone. It's pretty useful to resupply in remote areas. This one was also my latest upload, not the Ukraine war upload, the upload before. It's the Atra. It's basically a mix from the Half-Life Hunter chopper and the Taro from Armor 3, I think, but it's totally remote control. Here we have light kits, turning this rash systems and precision guided munitions. I think it's a cheap and useful approach, as we see in Ukraine. The Russians getting pretty much grown with it, pretty easy. So, yeah. These are Desert Sync systems. Yes, there are Turkish companies here. We will take a look later, tomorrow. Because it's pretty big and scattered, and as I said, I have basically I have to ask every few meters if I'm allowed to film. For Edge, I know them, so that's no problem here, but as you saw with BAE Systems in KDNS, like some have a problem. KDNS, I don't know what's with them. I'm a little bit disappointed. What's interesting is that they have a domestic ammunition production, and they have so for several years now. And if you look at Ukraine and the problems also Ukraine faces, it's a right decision. So they are mostly small arms, but as you can see, they also have a little bit higher calibers. And they even can produce 155mm help.
Thank you.
So, you know, if just a few months ago Ukraine desperately needed these, now it got better for them, but yeah, it's always good to have a domestic production going, especially smaller countries should consider it, or they should get suppliers who can deliver and can deliver on scale and in time. That's the most important thing, I think. And that's also a big topic of this exhibition in general, especially for Europe, because they are asking how they can make the process faster, because they are about to transition into a wartime economy, but they have like huge problems. So it's way too long, in my opinion. Like, it's easy to talk. I'm not involved in this, so like, but in my opinion, they should be a little bit faster. But I'm guessing they're doing their best, and it takes a little bit of time, but they will eventually do it. So we'll see. Okay, we'll take a walk and see if I can find something else that's interesting. Currently there are just ballistic protection, helmets. Wait. It's a little bit hot. Yeah, but outside, as you perhaps saw, some have a problem with filming outside. Perhaps later I will ask someone from KDS if it's okay to film. Should have asked before, but as said, it's a little bit backwards. As soon as how to say it, as long as I don't like film right into their faces, it should be okay, because like for security reasons, it doesn't make any sense, to be honest. Like, you can just take a picture, you can put it in, you got them AI program and it will do it for you. You don't even have to do it yourself, so it's crazy what will happen with this, also in the future. Currently, there is nothing interesting here, sadly. Especially as Europeans, and we hope that Europe will step its game up without corruption and without all this traditional bullshit that we have ongoing here. But let's hope the best. Okay, guys, I'm having connection issues. I think we will finish this right now, and I think tomorrow I will be back live. I will try to go around a little bit and ask, so I can show you more without any restrictions and without fear, because right now I'm a little bit afraid that someone will tackle me to the ground and scream at me in French, and then they throw me out. Okay guys, so I hope to see you again tomorrow, I would say. Perhaps same time, but I will announce it. Also, perhaps I have the chance to take an interview with the CEO of an arms company. So this video will go live as a video as well after this. If any one of you wants to have some questions for a CEO of an arms company, of a defense company, better said, leave it in the comments. I will pick some of them and then I will ask them. Guys, see you. Till tomorrow.